we're going to be going over why your teeps suck, or basically just how to refine your teep. All right, so we have Hoy here to help me demonstrate what your teep could look like right now. So sometimes I'll see some people doing like that, okay? Now, when you're teeping, first of all, you want to make sure you're even doing it right, okay? Now, bring it up as though you were bringing it out of a bucket of water, okay? And then out, okay? Make sure, come in again. Make sure when you're doing it, you're also bringing this arm back. If you're teeping with this leg, on the same side, okay, you want to make sure that the arm is out, okay? That adds more power, all right? Last step as well, you want to make sure that you are also landing with the ball of your foot. By doing that, you can add more pressure to the teep. And as well, it opens up the option, if you want to inflict a lot of pain, you go for the solar plexus, knocking the wind out of your opponent. Now, I'm not going to do that to Hoy because she's nice, all right? Don't do it too hard to people in sparring. You can just like tap them there, and honestly, you don't need a lot of force if you want to knock the wind out of someone. So if you hit them even lightly, they will acknowledge it, okay? You will know that you hurt them, okay? Now, another thing, some people, when they're teeping, they sometimes do this, okay? Now, the reason why that's bad is because look at my position, all right? I'm gonna try. Now this is still bad. Yes, exactly. Okay, your opponent, because this is Muay Thai, okay, they can come in, they can knee you, all right, because you're like this. Make sure when you're teeping, okay, you're always balanced, always balanced. She's gonna come in again, always balanced, all right. When you're doing the teep, most of your weight, like 80% of your weight, is on this back leg. And then when you're shooting out, okay, you're driving the weight from the ground into the person, okay? Make sure you're balanced, okay? This is why it's quite useful to also do some like shadow boxing with teeps, okay? Because then you're not gonna be overextending. You're not gonna be like this. It looks stupid, it doesn't work either, okay? And this keeps you safe. Be upright, all right? Always, always balance, all right? When you're fighting generally in Muay Thai, you're just gonna be bouncing between the two, all right? You're about 60-40, so less weight on the lead. So you can just throw out a lead teep if you want. You can throw out a rear if you want, okay? Now, as well, one big thing, okay? Especially beginners, but some more advanced people can do this as well. The teep is your longest weapon, okay? Your legs are longer than your arms, okay? So it's also one of the safest weapons, okay? Now, given that, it's a very good distancing tool. If someone likes to be very aggressive, likes to punch a lot, so let's say Hoy's gonna try to punch me, so punch me, go punch, I'll teep her away. Try jab, I'll teep her away, okay? It's a very good distancing tool. It's very safe, okay? But you want to make sure when you're throwing it, you're actually doing it at the right distance, okay? Otherwise, watch this. She's coming in. Look at this. Like, this is really bad. It's really bad for me because I can't get much power, okay? Like, why throw a teep from here, okay? You want to make sure when you're throwing the teep, your leg it has the space, okay? This doesn't work, okay? It takes too much time, and to add any power to it, you're falling down. Not good. If you're finding someone experienced, they're gonna take advantage, they're gonna knee you, okay? Don't do that. Equally, okay? So she's coming in, all right? And I'm too scared, I teep. Why? I missed the teep, okay? Now, if I were to say which is better, to miss like that is way better because then you're not too close for a knee to the head because that could be a knockout, okay? This is better because at least you're demonstrating that you can at least have some balance for yourself, okay? But just practice. If you can practice with like a friend or something, that's even better. But you should practice. just getting the right distance for the teep. You'll know if you have it right because you can send them further than usual, okay? You don't want to land, again, you don't want to land with your entire flats of your foot, but the ball, okay? Now, another thing, you can come up. You are allowed to come up with your back foot for a bit more power, but it's purely a personal preference thing. You don't need to, because it can add a lot of stability, like you can be less stable doing it. It's a bit harder, okay? If you're tired, you want to take the easy route to some things. Honestly, I like to think of myself as like a lazy fighter. I drop my hands a lot during sparring so I can recover a bit. So I like to fight just without coming up as much, although I will turn the hip in, so that includes just the leg. So it's like the side of my foot faces my opponent. So you're gonna have more power, okay? So we're just gonna have Hoi teep me here, okay? To just demonstrate. So teep me here. Okay? So teep me properly here. Go. Good. Okay? Now she comes up, I don't know if you saw that on the camera, but she comes up with her foot there, okay? You can do that if you want, okay? But again, it's a personal preference thing, but it can be more tiring, okay? So we're gonna go over very quickly what we've done today. So make sure you're doing it right, taking the foot out of a bucket of water, swinging this arm back, okay? And also landing with the ball of the foot, not flat, okay? What was the other thing? Oh yeah, make sure the weight distribution, you're not overshooting. You might think you can have more power this way, but you look stupid actually, okay? Because if she's a smart fighter, she's gonna knee me, she's gonna knee me, all right? This is so bad. Even experienced fighters will not do this. They will not overextend, okay? Some will. You can actually use that as like a strategy. Let's say like Hoi does not take the hits, but instead she actually steps back, knowing that I'm going to overextend. And she can take advantage of that. I'm so open. She can do anything, okay? So you don't even gain any points out of that. You just get knocked out instead, okay? So make sure that you're not overextending like that, okay? Making sure, especially if you're a beginner, just go for like the abs. If you want to make them feel pain, go for the solar plexus, okay? Just here, where the rib cage kind of meets, okay? Just slightly above the abs. Lastly, just having more weight on the back foot, throwing it out almost like a jab is way better, okay? You can be very safe with that, and then you can mix it up. You can just like jump in for one of them if you want, okay? You can send them really far by doing that, okay? So hopefully that was helpful. If you want like a very, very in-depth breakdown of how to get a really, really explosive teep, you can check the top link of the video. Bye-bye.